train not only to us but for us, on behalf of us. And the training tonight is very, very important. It's very pinnacle to every single person who is in global wealth trade. If you are hoping to be $1 million earner, a 10K earner, or even $100,000 earner a month, knowing how to keep your business growing, knowing how to have your hands filled with prospects upon prospects upon prospects, it is very important to know how to do that with the social media network. And tonight, none other than the woman who knows it all to do it for us, Maria Gaderi. Maria Gaderi is a senior regional ambassador of Global Wealth Trade. She is one of the CEO's council member group. On the council member group, she was also the 2014 convention top earner and executive choice award winner. She was also the President's Cup nominee. She's been in global wealth trade since 2009, and she's coming from a banking and engineering student background. Her team has grown all around the world. She has traveled 7 European countries in only 2 months. Just to show you how powerful and what she's been doing with her business. She pre-launched the first US state for global wealth trade. Maria also was nominated as one of the top 87 multi-level marketing mentors on Business for Homes.org, as well as one of the top under 30-year-old leaders in the industry of network marketing. So with no further ado, I mean, she's been there, she's done it. We can see what is happening with her traveling and her teams, and I would just love to welcome Maria Gaderi, Ambassador for Global Wealth Trade, on the call. Maria, are you on the call with us tonight?
Bruno, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Maria. It's all in your hands. Take it away and train us to the max.
All right, awesome. Well, I'm really, really excited. Thank you so much for that amazing introduction. Just make sure I'm not, my voice is not reflecting. Just to make sure every other line is muted, so this way my voice is not reflection. I am excited to be on this call, Global Wealth Trade family. Wherever you are, wherever in the world you are, if this is your morning, good morning. If this is your evening, good evening. If this is your midnight, I know many, many people are logging in from Europe. And right now it's 3 a.m. in Europe. So good early morning, yeah, our European teams. If you're living in Nigeria, it's your midnight also. Anywhere in the world you're living and you're logging in to be part of this Sunday Night Leadership webinar, I want to welcome you to the call. Just like Bruno said, I'm a regional ambassador with Global Wealth Trade. I'm really, really excited to be in this call. We see more and more people are logging in. We have over 147 people logged in from around the world, and we know there are a lot of people around the world sitting in big, large meeting rooms, and we have groups of their team members in their houses, and they're logging in and they're listening to this webinar. So we're excited. Just like Bruno said, we are living in 2014, and this is the new age. This is the new era. This is the age of social media. As you see on the picture, on every iPhone and on every Android and every phone, when you get the phone, you're going to see like there are tens of different social media websites, and every day something new coming up, and people are just part of the social media. We're getting connected with people from around the world. I mean, from like, let's say in Spain, I mean, people in Africa, people in Middle East, people in Europe, people in United States. We're all getting connected, and we are basically benefiting from each other's thoughts, from each other's vision. We are getting to know different cultures, different lifestyles around the world by social media. I mean, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 6 years ago, if you would have told me, you know, you could see how people are living on hourly basis in Nigeria, I would have no idea. I'm like, I don't know. I heard some stuff about it on the news. I don't know how social media lifestyle, how Nigerians lifestyle look like. if you would have asked me, in India how people look, all I knew about India was some Indian Bollywood movie and what I heard from news and newspapers. So that's all I would have known. If you would have said how people would live in China, I had no idea how people live in China. But now, on an hourly basis, I get to know how people are living their lives in China, in India, in Nigeria, in Europe, in Middle East. Not from newspapers, not from news, but actually as normal people who are living on daily, day-to-day basis. You actually get to see their update posts, their pictures, their videos, their home videos, and it all because of social media. You can actually see all these people. You can go ahead and add them on Facebook and have them, and as they post the stuff on their social media, you get to know their lifestyle. So that's why social media is amazing, and it gave us the opportunity to be able to not only get to know these people and get to know their lifestyle and their culture and things that are important to them, but also be able to share with them what we are up to, which is our Canadian high-end designer brand from Canada. We actually get to know, we actually get to share with them what we do, and also have them be part of our company and expand our business to those countries and cities. I think one of the reasons Global World Trade expanded into 88 countries around the world, and our international expansion is faster than local expansion, and our markets like Nigeria, like Europe, is growing very fast. One of the reasons is because of social media. Since social media became really fast, actually, those markets have started to take off, and it's going to be even faster every day that passes, because people are learning more and more about how to actually be good at social media, so you can actually get those leads on social media and be able to expand your business. I think one of the things each and every one of you on this call would love to do is to be able to expand your business internationally, and and just like the dream of the industry, be able to travel around the world, you would be able to travel for your business. So that's why we're on this call, and I'm excited to share with you some of the things that that helped me and my team to be able to expand. As Bruno said, team expanded all over the world, especially into Europe and United States. Was really all about, it was all on social media. So we're going to get started. I know more and more people are logging in, but we're going to get started. So I'm just going to quickly walk you through the agenda for tonight. I put it already, the agenda on GWT family, what we're going to be talking about. But we're going to talk about why people are failing social media, because I know each and every one of you would like to. And people think if you go ahead and open a Facebook account or a Twitter account, that's it. That's all you have to do, open a Facebook account and start talking to people. But that's not it. There are actually some tips and tricks that you have to use in order to be able to succeed in social media. And there are certain stuff that you should not be doing. And I see people that keep doing these things, and that's one of the reasons people actually fail. So I'm actually going to walk you through the reasons why people fail in social media. Make sure to have some some pen and paper so you can take notes on these things. So later you can actually go through your notes. I'm actually going to give you the DMO of social media, what you have to be doing, what you should be doing on a daily basis to be able to get the result on social media. We're going to talk about the new trend on social media. We are going to talk about the different social media recruiting techniques that I'm going to share with you. The transition from basically a social conversation on social media to basically business, where you should make your transition and turn it from social, and because remember, social media was initially created for entertaining. People go on social media to just basically connect and socialize with other people. So you need to realize that you can't go in a place that people are there for entertaining and fun and turn that to a business conversation too fast. If you do it too fast, most likely you're going to lose them. So we're going to talk about different transitions. So there are there are so many different social media websites that people are using today. I'm not going to be talking about all those. There are probably right now 20 to 50 different social medias out there, from Google+, I don't even know, LinkedIn. There's so many, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm personally going to talk about the 3 that I use that actually produce me results. So I never train anything theory, because theory is, I don't know if it's going to work. These are the things that I've been using in the past 5 years and actually gave me results. So I'm going to share with you something based on my own experience, and I know it gave you results. But if you're interested to learn about LinkedIn, I have a LinkedIn account. Maybe last time I logged in was, I don't know, 4 months ago. I don't even use it. I do have WhatsApp, but WhatsApp is not as, it's more like WhatsApp and Skype is more a connection. It's kind of like a phone line, but it's not so much into generating leads. So, but the 3 major websites that right now I use for generating leads and building my business are Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then because you can find people internationally around the world on these 3 websites, you can find leads and then connect with them. Now, when you want to take it out of, take it to the next level and have a dialogue conversation with them, and you want to have a phone conversation and you hear their voice, then you have to take it over phone. So it's going to be expensive. So that's why I don't use my phone for calling someone in Nigeria or calling someone in Europe. Then I use WhatsApp app, and I use especially Skype. So many people tell me, how do you use social media connecting with people in Europe? And then it's going to be so expensive, because then when you have to build a business with them every day, you have to call them. No, I don't use my phone. I use Skype. Okay, so it's free. So now I'm going to walk you through a couple of things. So first of all, people ask why social media. I know there are people out there who are actually against social media. I have some team members in my team who in 2014, they're so stubborn and they don't have social media, and it makes it very difficult for someone like me who built my business on social media to be able to be in communication with them. But here's a couple of reasons why you might want to reconsider if you're someone who social media is something that you're uncomfortable with. So it is time to basically get out of your comfort zone and start having a different opinion about social media. I'll tell you why. One of the reasons why social media is very important is because you can open your markets, as I said before, and find leads around the globe and build internationally. The second reason is your voice will be heard by millions of people on an hourly basis around the world. See, you know, before, 10 years ago, if you wanted to say something and wanted people to hear, you had to go through news and articles, and I mean, in order for people to hear your voice. But today, with the social media, you don't have to go through news. Sometimes news find people on social media that everybody, because somebody said something on their status, and then you see people are, I mean, the today news, most of the news are actually, it's lead by people on social media. So that's why these days, in order for your voice to be heard, you don't have to go through authority. You can actually put it on the status, and then millions of people around the world hear your voice, and that thing become a big topic. Because people are using social media on their cell phone, on their laptop, on their iPad, and every minute on an hourly basis, on every 10 minutes they update their status. And when they update, they have, you know, thousands of people on their Facebook, or on their Twitter, they retweet and share and like, and then their people start seeing it, and then those people start seeing it. So that's how the word gets around the world. So you have an edge on social media. One of the reasons I love social media, because basically you have an edge on social media that you don't have it when you interact with people face to face. So for example, before, I remember 5 years ago when I joined, social media wasn't a big deal. I mean, Facebook was not. When I joined GWT, like a year before that, Facebook wasn't as big. So the way we would have built a business, and we didn't even have videos at that time, we had to go and meet people in the street, in networking events, in meetup groups. We had no other choice. We had to go and meet people in networking events, in the streets, in events, in parties. And the problem with that is when you face with someone, when you meet someone face to face, you can only find out about them so much. Right, so you can't find out what they ate an hour before. You can't find out what are their friends and family they're hanging out, what are the lifestyle they have. But on Facebook, you do have access to all those. So you can actually, when you meet a prospect, or when you find someone on Facebook, you can actually go ahead and check their background, check what they've done, 6 months ago, a year ago, what type of lifestyle they have, what they've been doing yesterday, all that, like their friends. You can find out so much about them on Facebook. You can discover things about them before even you have interaction, because when somebody adds me on Facebook, before I even accept their ads, I actually go on their Facebook and start checking their pictures. I start checking their posts, and if I see something creepy or something negative about their post, then right away I decline it. Or if I don't see any posts, then that's also weird, because something is going on. They're hiding something. So that's why it gives you that access to be able to qualify them before you actually decide to have any conversation with them or any business conversation or recruit them. Here's the best. It's free. Even networking events that we used to go to networking, we still go, but even networking, you had to pay something at the door. I mean, some of them we would go for like breakfast meetings, and it was like $20 you had to pay at the door. Some of them are like $40. Some of them are, I mean, you go to a club, you have to pay. Anywhere you go to network, you have to pay. But social media is free. And that's what I love about social media, that you can actually use it without need to put any expense. I mean, advertising is something that business people spend so much on advertising, but with social media, you can advertise your business, you can promote your brand, and it's free. And millions of people would see it around the world. You have a wide market around the world. Now, the question is, does social media actually work? I mean, listen, I don't know for you, but I know for me, I basically sponsored over 60 people in the past 5 years. And my team grown to close to 3,000 people right now in so many different countries and cities around the world. I use Facebook every single hour, not even hour, like every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes I use Facebook to not only expand my business internationally around the world, but also I provide support and training for my team over Facebook and social media. And I have conversation on Skype and WhatsApp app with them. And I have conversation on Facebook statuses. It works for me, and I know there are people making millions of dollars from Facebook. Now, one of the things that you need to know why I start in social media. One of the reasons I started, I mean, the majority of my success happened through social media, and the reason I started was because when I started in network marketing, I was a university student, and one of my biggest challenges was language. I mean, don't hear me right now. I'm speaking really well. 5 years ago, it wasn't like this. I was still practicing and learning second language, English. So that's one of the reasons I was an engineering student, and I didn't have any warm market absolutely whatsoever. And I was a broke, university student. I had no warm market, and all of my people that I knew at the time were either from the previous company that I joined when I was 18 years old, and they were already in network marketing company, or there were a bunch of people who were basically, there were a bunch of students who were broke, and they had no desire whatsoever. They did not have the entrepreneur mindset. They were very narrow-minded. They were very tunnel vision, and they would not be interested in any network marketing. So I had to, and I had a huge lack of personal development. I had no idea. I mean, I had this burning desire that I wanted to, like, how you're meant to be doing great stuff in the world, and you want big things to happen, and you want great stuff to happen for your life, but you just don't know how to do it. So that was me, and I wasn't shy or anything. I was social with my own friends, but if you would have talked to me about business, like, I would not understand how business works. And if I was going to talk about business to people, people would not be interested to do business with me. I was just a young university student, 22 years old. So there was no possibility for me to go in meetup groups and meet people, because people would not listen to me. So I thought, social media is great because I can actually hide myself behind the keyboard and start fighting people. So that's one of the reasons I started. And then very soon I started learning how to play around with it. And and how to find people. And I started learning things about social media that could actually help me to build myself up. So that's how I started, and it works. If you're someone who would think I don't know anyone, or I burn my warm market, that this is perfect. If you already have established name, you know a lot of people, then that's even better because you're ahead of the game. All you have to do is just open an account for yourself, and then all those people will follow you on Facebook anyways. Now, the other question that comes in is it duplicatable? Well, absolutely. Every single person around the world now have a Facebook account, have a phone, a laptop, and you can train your team to start using the system for themselves as well. Now, I'm going to share with you a couple of things that will happen when you actually get good at social media. We basically, these are the questions, these are some of the messages that came in actually in the past 2-3 days. Yesterday I was going crazy because it was like, I think over 15 people messaged me within 24 hours, like random people. Some of them are not even on my Facebook account. They just messaged me on Facebook, and they wanted to find out more about GWT. And I was like, whoa, what's happening? So here's one of them. Good morning, ma'am. I would like to know more about Global World Trade, if it's okay with you filling me in. And what a great, you wake up in the morning and you receive a message like that. And I said, how did you hear about Global World Trade? So one of the first things, because I receive a lot of messages on Facebook now, I mean, like clearly it's working. And one of the first things I actually ask is, how did you hear from Global World Trade? Because I just want to make sure if this person is somebody else's friend in GWT, and if it is, I will just tell them, please go ahead. Do you know anybody in GWT? How did you hear about it? And if it is someone that already, somebody's friend in GWT, I would say just call that person, and then they will give you more information. Or I would call them, that person in GWT, one of the leaders or one of the LCs. If I know them, I would say, friend of yours, reach out to me about Global World Trade, but I think he or she is your friend, and you probably heard from you, and you might want to do your follow-up. So you might want to do that when you start receiving messages from people, because you don't want to create conflict with your business partners in the business. Here's another one. Here's the best one. I was laughing. Hello, Maria. Please tell me about www.globalworldtrade.com. So this is clearly, this is someone who found it completely on Google. So I asked them, how did you find out? And they said, I was just searching for MLM companies on Google. Global World Trade came up, and then I started searching it on Facebook. And sure, your name came up because you put it on your profile that you're part of Global World Trade. So that's bingo. So you need to put on your profile that you're part of globalworldtrade.com, because people are on search engines searching for a network marketing company, and Global World Trade will come up, and they're looking for someone to join. Remember, we told you, for those of you who've been in the business for a few years, we were talking about this a few years ago. It was actually a vision. We said there will be a day that people will be searching for a company on Google, on search engines, and they're looking for people to join them. And today is that day. Every single thing we say is actually happening. Here's one of the best one. Hi, Maria. I saw your comments on a website, and I see you're a regional with this company, and I'm upstate New York, about 4 hours from New York. I'm very curious about the company you're with. I myself been in the direct sales for over 20 years and have never heard about this company before. So I spoke this, and here's the thing. The lady said she already watched the video. She actually found it, searched for it. She found the website. She went ahead and actually watched the video, and on the corporate. How would somebody know you're a leader? By your post. They don't know me. They just see my post. I'm going to show you how. That they actually identify you, that you're different than everybody else, and they want to join your team. See, I'm sharing with you my little small tips and tricks today that will help you. So these are teasers. I probably got 15 of these yesterday, and I was like, this is amazing. This is just perfect time. I can share with people. Social media works. Okay. Now, And here's the great part. These people, I've been following up with them. I send them the tour. Today, the whole day, me and my mom, we've been shopping around the city. We just went for a bunch of shopping. I don't know if those of you know, after 5-6 years, I actually moved back with my family, with my mom actually moved. And we actually got a house, and we've been doing like some, shopping for a new home. So we've been shopping around, and while I was shopping, with my mom in the car, in the stores, in the shopping malls, I was on the phone with these people. How amazing is this? These are the people from all around the world. They send me their phone number, and then on my phone, I call them through Skype, and I'm on the phone answering their questions, sending them the video. They watch the video. I answer the questions. I do a three-way chat on Facebook. Sometimes when my uplines are all around the world, we do a three-way chat, and they answer all the prospect questions, and I send them the link, and they get started. How cool is that? And it all happened through social media. While you're living your life, you're doing your shopping, maybe you're at your job, and then you send these links to people. People go through it, they watch it, and then you get to actually have a new member join your team. Okay, so I have some reflection on my voice. So no, make sure all the lines are muted. So here are a couple of keys for you to pay attention before you start building your social media network. Network marketing and social media is all about you trading others and has very, very, very little thing with you. So it's important on social media how you treat people on your Facebook and on your Twitter accounts, how you treat them, and it shows on your interaction. Okay, so personal development and inspiration and value that you're giving to people is very important. So if you're someone on Facebook and you think you don't have to post anything, all you have to do is just go for fishing and start finding people and sending them the link, I'll tell you now that you're shooting yourself in your foot. It's not going to work. You need to give away a lot of value in order to start having people even listen to you. See, one of the things that I heard from one of my amazing leaders in network marketing, and he's also one of my friends and one of the top earners in another company, that he actually was saying that on Facebook. Actually heard he said the life you live outside of network marketing, the way you live your life outside of network marketing or before network marketing, when you join network marketing industry, the way you live your life, you're either going to get punished for it or you're going to get rewarded for it. So if you're someone who don't care about people before joining a network marketing or before joining JWT, you wouldn't show up to any birthday party. You wouldn't care about people. You wouldn't be that person. You would be someone who keep taking, take, and never give away, never be generous, never buy a gift, never buy coffee for friends, never your neighbors. You're going to get punished when you join network marketing because those people are the one, when you call them, they say, we don't care. And then if you're someone who always contribute, make a difference, help, you're generous, you show up to the birthday party, to the wedding, you always show up with a gift, you always make a difference out there, you always help, support, offer help. When you join network marketing, when you call these people, they want to be part of your life and they want to see what you're up to. So the way you live your life on a daily basis, the same thing with social media. It's you want to get, when you join a business, I mean any business, but especially in network marketing because it's networking. So you're going to, for that life that you lived before, you're either going to get punished or you're going to get rewarded. So this is a tip for those of you who actually says, I already burned my warm market. So again, if you live a good life, doesn't matter where you join, what company you join, people will follow you. The reason they don't want to listen to you is not because you were part of other network marketing. It's because the way you live your life. You just don't care. That's why when you call them, they hang up on you because you just didn't leave anything. So something for you to think about. Now, personal development and inspiration codes and inspiration lines and inspiration things that you do is that value that you will get rewarded by network for. So basically, one of the things that social media, you will go through it is it's actually going to flex your muscles with your skills, especially your people skills. You will be getting challenged by your network on social media. People not going to just, like in a party, if you're someone like in a party or friendship, we always have that friend who always want to take, and they never want to contribute. They never pay for that coffee. They never offer to cover for something. They never care about you. They just want to use and abuse and take advantage of everyone around them as much as they can. So normally when we have people, like sometimes people can get away with those things, but in social media you can't. If you keep posting, if you keep taking on social media and not offering, people actually start removing you from their list, and they're not interested in things that you're posting on Facebook. So that's where you actually get challenged, especially if you're posting negative stuff and your attitude is negative, you're going to get challenged. People will remove you. People will tell you. People will not want to deal with you. So that's why I really like the social media, because it's like a personal development place if you care about it. Here's another tip that I want to give you is don't try to master 4 or 5 different channels altogether, because you're going to burn yourself out, and you won't be able to manage all those. So don't spread yourself too thin. 2 or 3 at a time is good enough. Then you can actually put all your attention in those 2 and 3 and start generating leads through those 2 and 3. I only have the major one that I work on the most and give me the most results is Facebook. I do post stuff on Twitter, but I don't really, honestly, I'm so busy with Facebook that I don't get a chance to go and follow up with my Twitter leads. The same with Instagram. I get leads from Instagram, and I started really liking Instagram, but Facebook is my major one. So I'll tell you, Facebook, social media and Facebook is hard work. It's not going to be easy. It's not just like you open a Facebook account and start posting stuff, and then a bunch of people start following you and start asking you about your business. It's actually hard work. You have to keep posting it. You have to be creative. You have to keep posting stuff. You have to be intentional with your posts. You have to interact. You have to like. You have to share. All that stuff is important. Make it different. Otherwise, it's not going to work. It's hard work, but it's from your cell phone and from your home. It's not hard work going to work every day. We just have to do it. You have to be very consistent with it. Now, the next section that I'm going to talk about is why people fail on social media. So I want you to pay attention to this section. If you're doing any of these things, so stop doing it and take a note of it. I was doing many of these things, and that's how I know this stuff is not working. One of the reasons social media doesn't work for people and people actually fail in social media is because it becomes a one-way street. There's no interaction. So I see a lot of people keep posting stuff, and they think if you just keep posting good stuff, then people will follow you and people want to ask you. No, it actually has to be interaction. You have to, so you have to start responding. So if you're not responding, if somebody come and like your post or make a comment and you don't actually interact with that person and you ignore their post, so people will stop eventually posting on your stuff because you don't care. Don't be afraid to like when they post something. Don't be afraid to share their stuff. I mean, I share people's stuff all the time on my page. And I respond, especially when you're responding, interact, actually tag their name and say their name. Hey, thank you for your comments. And I mean, if you go to my pages, so I actually tag them, and then I respond with them, and I post long conversation. And sometimes people just come to my page just because they want to read the dialogue, which is awesome because now it drives more. And then that has that person to respond, another person come and respond. And when they respond, their friend links, which some of these people have 5,000 people on their list. And now they start seeing they respond to my post and they're getting to know me. So it's important for you to respond, like, share, and make interactions on posts, not only on your own posts, but also on other posts. So if you're not doing that, that's one of the reasons it become a one-way street and become very, so that's it's not going to work for you. The other reason it become, one of the mistakes that people make on social media is it becomes too pitchy. So again, people go on social media for entertainment. So if it becomes a business and pitchy business, and you look like a salesperson or an advertising place, then people will remove you. I remove people on an hourly basis from my Facebook. I just don't have tolerance for before, after naked pictures. I see those pictures. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm morning, I have my coffee, I just wake up, I have my coffee, I want to start my day. I'm not interested to see all these naked before, after pictures. So, like, because it's too pitchy. Those stuff shouldn't be on Facebook. You shouldn't post those stuff on Facebook because you're in network marketing, losing weight product, whatever it is. So my reaction about other people's products are the same. So if I keep posting my product and my prices and my opportunities, then my friends, doesn't matter how great is my business, they're going to react the same thing. They're going to remove me, right? So don't make it too pitchy. If you're not building like and trust, or especially one of the things that actually pissed me off a lot when I received a message from people with a link. So it's not like a random person send me a message or like a long message with a link. Please check my website. I dream this. I'm like, and my first response is I'm like, hi, who is this? I'm like, you don't even know me, and you're trying to send me your product. Like, social media is no different. You need to build like and trust with people. If you want to build a solid team and get quality people to respect you, you need to care about them. So remember, 80% of the time on Facebook, you're on Facebook, on social media, 80% of the stuff that you're posting and sending has to be value and inspiration, only 20% business. And I'm going to show you how to do the 20% properly so you actually succeed. One of the reasons people actually fail on social media is because there's no value given. Remember, the amount of value you are given is the amount of money you're making. So ask yourself, if you don't have a lot in your bank account or your business is not where you want it to be, it's because you haven't put a lot of value out there in the marketplace to dictate, bring the result people. You're just posting stuff that is nonsense. There's no valuable stuff, and there's no reason for people to keep you. I remove a lot of people from my newsfeed on a daily basis. Again, I don't remove them from my Facebook. I just don't want to see them on my newsfeed because they post a lot of negative stuff or they post nonsense stuff that doesn't contribute to my life. So I'm just not interested, so I remove them. And I know many people do the same thing. So now if these people send me a message and ask me for any business, I'm just not interested, right? So always put yourself, if you notice, I always put myself in the position of my prospect. If I post this, would my prospect like it? Would my network like it? Is that a valuable thing for them? Here's one of the reasons why people fail on social media. They're putting negative, nonsense, or too personal, or too irrelevant posts. So, I post stuff. Not everything has to be relevant. Not everything has to be directly about your business, but it shouldn't be completely something irrelevant. So, especially negative. I mean, if you're posting negative stuff on a daily basis, complaining about, I don't even know, like some of the stuff. I mean, my Facebook is so clean and cleansed. So when I log into my Facebook, I'm getting inspiration. All I see is inspirational stuff from people that I respect and look up to. But it used to be before just adding and accepting people. It used to be a lot of negative stuff that I would just not want to see, certain things and certain posts. So nonsense stuff. I see sometimes people are fighting dramas on Facebook. I mean, I know right now there's a lot of war happening, and we're all heartbroken about what's happening in the world. But there's so much on news that you turn on any news, you turn on the YouTube channel. There's so much. You don't want to put so much negative stuff out there, even if it is real. I mean, I know it's real. I know you've been hurt by it. But when you keep talking about it, like law of attraction, the more you put it out there, the more you post stuff about it, the more it expands. And you're just putting so much energy. You're not helping when you put so much energy toward negative stuff. So, and it is your vibration. It is all your vibration. If you're not vibrating positive, professional in the level of success and accomplishment, and putting negative energy out there via your Facebook statuses, you will lose your followers and you will never have success. Your energy level has to be aligned with success, with that success that you want to attract successful people to your life. I mean, I know there's so much stuff happening right now in the world, but if you go on successful people's page, such as Tony Robbins, I can go ahead and say a bunch of names for you, but they know it. They're actually doing stuff to make a difference. They coach people about it, but they do not post the news on their Facebook. It doesn't work. The more you post negative stuff, the more it start expanding in the world, and it actually make it even worse in the world. So don't do it. I unfollow people who post stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. If you keep posting negative stuff, I unfollow you because I don't want that part of my life. One of the reasons that people fail social media is they're not willing to do the work. So they open a Facebook account and they check it once in a month. It's just not going to work. Because you have a Facebook account, that doesn't mean you're going to be successful on social media. You actually have to post it and do interaction stuff on hourly and daily basis. At least once in a day you should do it. So if you just have a Facebook account and you never post anything on it, so don't expect any results. You have to be creative. You have to stay on top of it. You have to make it interesting. You have to interact, and you have to keep posting. One of the reasons people fail on social media is because they're too impatient with conversations, and they want to close people right away. So they start a conversation, they ask someone, right away they send a message with their link, and they're like, okay, so watch the video, and let's get you in the team. And this person doesn't even know anything about them. So that's one of the reasons that people are too impatient. Some of the people that reach out to me today are been on my Facebook account probably for 3-4 years. People that I add, it takes 3-4 months. They've been watching me, and then finally they reach out to me. So it does take some time. You can't be impatient. You have to go ahead and add people and leave them on your Facebook. And while you're posting on a daily basis, have them to get to know you. So that's not how it works. So social media is taking, remember, social media is taking the easy way out. I mean, it's not going to that meetup group. It's not going to that networking event. It's not getting to know people. It's not all that stuff. It's like you're comfortable from your bedroom, from your bed, like I do social media in the middle of the night. I'm talking to people in Europe and in Nigeria, so it's like middle of the night. You're comfortable, so you need to take time to get to know them and show some interest in them. You can't keep talking about you. You have to get to know them, talk about, compliment them about their kids, post that post, have conversation with them, and find that need that they need about the business to be able to offer them something. Bottom line, all these mistakes are the reason why people fail on social media. And when you make it all about you instead of making it all about them, that's where you start failing. It's because social media is all about your audience, not about you. And whatever you're posting is basically you're posting value for your audience. So when you're having conversations and when you're posting stuff on your Facebook, try to use words like you or we instead of I and me. Okay, so those things make a difference. Now, I'm going to share with you some Facebook techniques first before we get into any other social media. So on Facebook, basically your target is, your intention is to create followers, because the more followers you have, and when they checking your post on Facebook, when you're posting the stuff on Facebook, because they're your followers, they see your post on their news feed. So the more followers you have, the more audience you have. So they're actually watching your stuff. So you're looking forward to see your followers, to have followers on Facebook. So basically, you need to be very strategic to be able to create followers. Images, imageries, and lifestyle photos are very important. So short videos, images, those make a huge difference on Facebook. You need to be creative. These days, people are really getting tired of typical stuff because everybody's trying to use Facebook and social media to build their businesses. So you need to be very creative. So people are more interested and looking forward to read longer statuses, more stories, more videos, testimonials. The more creative, the easier to get for people to follow you. And and the more you're posting interesting, creative stuff, the more you start attracting people to your business. Interaction is extremely important interaction, because then when you're interacting with your friends, you automatically start creating followers in their friends. So automatically they start seeing the interaction, they start seeing you and your interaction, and they start liking you and they start getting to know you. So interaction is the key, and basically remember, every friend, you believe or not, every friend is a lead. So that's where your friends start reaching out to you. So those are some of the Facebook techniques. Now, so now I'm going to give you some DMO. I know DMO is for forensic, but because now we are building business from social media, there are some DMO that you should be following on a daily basis for your Facebook in order to generate leads from your Facebook. So this is more like a recipe on a daily basis that you use to be able to make your Facebook page or your social media page, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or any other thing that you're using, to make it interactive. I have done a Facebook training in the past about how to find leads on Facebook, where it was more about go to groups and different groups, such as like designing groups or jewelry or network marketing, and then find interesting people and start adding those people so they become your audience. We have been talking about your profile, how your profile has to look like, your cover photo. In order for those people to accept you, you need to have an interesting profile. Information about yourself, your cover photo, the don'ts and do's of social media. We already talked about it. You can't put, if you want to be successful at social media, you can't put, your profile picture cannot be a company's product or an opportunity, or like a picture of a dog, or a picture of a leaf, or a picture of, like, those stuff doesn't identify you. That's not you. People are not interested. Professional people are not interested to see a dog and then accept you. They only accept you when they see a professional picture of you as a profile picture, and then you're actually a real person. You're not a fake profile. So make sure your profile has your picture. Make sure there is an album or some pictures of you. So if somebody adds me on Facebook, and if I go on their Facebook and see only one picture, or if I see no picture, most likely I'm going to decline that, because it could be a fake profile, and it could be danger. I don't know who this person is. So if you want professional people to add you and accept you, you do need to have your own profile picture. You do need to have few of your own pictures. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot of pictures, but have some professional pictures of you on Facebook, so people know you're not a fake profile. Your cover photo, you need to have, I strongly recommend you to have an album on your profile that shows your vision board. I mean, that makes a difference, especially for business people, so they know you're a visionary person. You're not like a typical person. And then you're about you, just like, who you are, what you're up to, all that stuff. So you can go on my Facebook and see. So and then when you go to professional groups, like network marketing groups, designer groups, go there and start adding people from different part of the world. And then these people become your audience, and they start watching you on Facebook, the stuff that you're posting. So now that you have your audience, and now you want to post this stuff on Facebook, so here's your DMO. This is your recipe on a daily basis. Write it down. On daily basis, you're going to post 3 posts of imagery. Make sure there's a lifestyle post in there. So it's very, very important that you post lifestyle, your daily basis, what you're up to, what you're doing. So also post, imagery of fun and inspiration. I'm going to actually show you some samples of that. 2 posts of random questions. And why is random question important? Because when you ask random questions, there might be people on your Facebook account, friends or family members from a long time ago, who are not interested in business, or they're sitting on a fence. So, and they're just like, not want to talk about the business. So, but when you post random questions, they start interacting with you. And here's the best part: when they interact, their network see you. Their network see their interaction with you. They get to know you. Okay, so the more you post random questions and people start having interaction and conversation with you and make comments, the more you expand your network, and other people in other networks start getting to know you. So that's why you see sometimes I post stuff like about, because one of the topics that besides GWT that's really important to me is relationship. I'm 29 years old, and I'm interested about this whole idea of relationship. So what works in relationship, what doesn't, the whole feminine energy, masculine energy. And I know this it's completely irrelevant. It's not about business, but I post some stuff about it because there's a lot of people out there who are interested about that thing. And then they start making comments. So when they start making comments and interact, their network starts seeing it. Their network gets to know me. Now, when I post something about business, those people start seeing it and start adding me. So now that's how I find a lot of friends from my friends' friends. So that's why random questions. And then random questions are good because, like, it could be something like, I don't know, like, if you would have choose a place in the world to live, where would you choose? And then people would like making a bunch of comments. So it's great. And then 3 posts of inspiration. A post about your day, create that story about your day, about your life, and have fun with it. People will respect you for for how real you are. So, like, for example, today I post something about, I was sitting beside my brother in the car, and he was driving with a speed, like he was driving 20 kilometers per hour, and I was like, I was so freaked out, because I do speeding, but it's different when you're sitting on passenger seat. And I was like, wow, like, and then I took a picture of me being scared, and then I posted on Facebook, and I had a bunch of people make comments. So it's good because people see those stuff, and or maybe when I'm cooking or my breakfast or my lunch, I take pictures and post, and people make comments about it. So people appreciate that you're a real person, not only someone who's just pitching the business on Facebook or someone mysterious or someone very weird who don't even post anything. Nobody knows what's happening in their life. I'm not interested to work or deal with people that I know who they are and how they live their life. They're mysterious or they're too weird or creepy. Like, I'm not interested. I want to work with people who are real. So post about your experiences and activities you've done during the day and build your business. You would see me sometimes I post pictures of when I work out, pictures of I'm cooking. It's lifestyle because it shows it's Tuesday afternoon. Most people are at 2 p.m. on Tuesday or we're at their work, right? And I'm in my house, like in my basement, I'm working out, or I'm in my kitchen and cooking food and having fun. It shows the life, the freedom of a network marketer. So 2 posts of great resources. Remember, like, I have a bunch of, like, I have Jim Rohn posts. Obviously, he's not himself, he passed away, but his page, I have Tony Robbins on my Facebook. I have so many of leaders, and when they post this stuff on Facebook, I actually share. So have people, like, when your leadership, I share Renee's stuff, I share Lior's stuff, a bunch of stuff from, like, Sherry Zhao, from Sunaz's. So these people are sharing. When we share good stuff on Facebook and you like it, share it. When you share, basically sharing is caring. When you share, then we share. And then the more that topic gets shared around Facebook, it creates interaction, it creates conversation. And then the more and more your network getting up the fans, and they start basically networking with everyone, and they start believing in what you're up to because they see there are so many people up to the same thing. So you basically followed, these people start following you, you follow them, they follow you, interaction happen, and they start respecting you and want to find out what you're up to because it creates that community on social media. So this is your recipe on a daily basis. So I have this recipe on my computer, and I always like go through it. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but I make sure I post like different things and different stuff on a daily basis, a combination of these things on a daily basis. So now I'm going to show you some samples of the things that I part of this recipe. So, for example, these are some of the pictures that I've been posting on Facebook, and actually brought me a lot of interaction and people been asking because they saw these pictures. As you see, I personally don't post anything. I don't post a lot about the business itself particularly, or about, I never post my business opportunity on my Facebook. I've never done, I would never do that. But I post the event. So this is one of the main reasons why you should go to every company event. One of the main reasons you go to every company event is to take lots of pictures and videos with the team and then post those pictures and videos on Facebook for marketing, on social media for marketing, because now your network actually see the team. the people, the ethic, the professionalism, the community, and they want to be part of this. They want to find out what you're up to. So these are the pictures of me traveling to Minnesota, traveling to Mississauga when we had our CEO there. And then I take a bunch of pictures. Every event I go and I take a bunch of pictures. I take a bunch of videos and I start editing those pictures and videos. I start putting them on Facebook. I start creating little images with them. And then I post them on Facebook and it get people's attention, right? So here's what like we've been doing in the past. Basically, this is pretty much past month. We just came back from, as you see, this is the regional ambassador, and we took a lot of, this is the RA trip, and we took a lot of pictures, And these are just the pictures on my phone. I mean, I know we have tons of pictures, and I just put them all together into one picture, and I post them on Facebook, and I got tons of comments on it. And it's funny because every prospect who messaged me on Facebook, one of the comments they make is, I'm going through your pictures and shows that you're having a good life. It looks like you're very successful. It looks like you're having lots of fun with your business, and I'm really excited to be able to do the same thing and reach your level. So how do they know? The only way they know is to see the pictures. So they see these pictures and they're like, this is the dream she's living. I want to live this life. But if I don't if you don't post the pictures of your daily lifestyle, your network don't know what you're up to. And then the picture at the left-hand side, we actually had, as you see, how fun is that? We had a day with Sophie and Montreal team at Tanya Martin's house, and it was a pool party. We were talking about business, and we were just like doing training and swimming and eating and having lots of fun. And this was like a Tuesday or Monday, and we had lots of fun, and we took lots of pictures. And as you see, these pictures also attracted a lot of people. I got lots of likes and comments and interaction. And this is what you want to do. Just create events, create stuff. Go to your network company event and take pictures and post them on Facebook. Here's another example of team activity and lifestyle. So this was the convention this year. So we had a picture with the German team, as you see, and Nigeria and German team, and we took pictures with it and we posted on Facebook, which got a lot of actually people from Germany started messaging me. That flag V-note handing is actually, I have few people from Germany added me, and they start asking, you know, you guys are, I see the German flag, are you guys in Germany? So how cool is that? And then, you know, we had like the other picture, Aussie win $600 cash, the convention incentive, and that picture, people were sending me a message. I see people on your Facebook, on your events are receiving cash. How does that work? You know, you guys giving your free cash to people? So so cool, like take pictures of those moments and then post it, like show videos. Here's another picture on the right-hand side, JWT guys. All the gentlemen of JWT got together and we took a picture of them. Look how fun is that? Everybody's happy, excited, they're cheering, and then we put the pictures, JWT guys, and then I got a lot of private messages and messages about, you guys are having lots of fun, JWT's fun place, you guys are, you know, living the dream. Like, sure, and they're like, you know, tell me more about it. So the question, the target or the intention is to create curiosity for your network. So here's a bunch of other pictures I create for curiosity. When I post these pictures from this year's fashion show or the gala night and the training, so people watch it and they're like, a couple of things that right away it communicates. These are communications without words. One of the things they communicate is what a great, happy community, what a huge family. Another thing is how classy these people are. Another thing is these people are up to something big. One of the things that it communicates is Maria is up to something. Maria is part of this community. She's up to something. So even if the person never heard my name and never know me, just found me randomly on Facebook, when they go through these pictures, they know I'm up to something. And these pictures create that curiosity for them. They know this is not family members because we have every color, every nation, every background. They know this is not family. This is not like a family by blood, but this is something, a business, it's a community, it's something they're doing, they're up to something. So they start messaging you and they want to find out. They get curious about what you're up to. That's why you should post a lot of pictures from a lot of events that you're with your team. Now, you know, here's one of the things, be funny and humble. Show the fun and entertainment part of it so people, you kind of break the ice and people start having fun watching your pictures. So like, we started playing, when I was in Minnesota, we were playing this gangster female team, and then we had dinner where there was this doll was given by Minnesota team. It was so cool. You could put vinegar in it. And then we had, here's another picture of just sending kisses. So just have fun. Post funny pictures that people watch it and put a smile on their face, and they're like, oh, she's humble, she's funny, or this person is funny, and they're having fun. So you see, like here, Minnesota team is making faces and having fun. So sometimes I post some of the success that we have and accomplishment that we have in the business in a term of like interesting statuses. So I actually took some what is it? What do you call it? Snapshot, whatever it is. I don't really know. And I posted here. So I love long romantic walks to the bank, and every time I post these pictures, I get like tons of comments on it from like non-GWT members. And then here we have another interesting, on May 13th, obviously one of our top earners. It's one of the best days or the best weekend that he or she had. As you see here, cycle. So we actually had him. It was actually Renee's back office. We found him checking his back office, and we took a picture of it and posted on Facebook. Here is, and I made a sometimes I'm really inspired by some of our top earners' story and the way they are and the way they build things, and it gave me thinking. And when I start thinking, I start putting that in words and put it in a status and post it on Facebook. And I get a lot of comments. So like the best part I like about Rene Liao's story, that he was started, and this is what happened to him. He went through his life, and then I got like 18 likes and 3 comments within like an hour. One of the lifestyle, or one of the thing that got me a lot of comments was a post that I posted actually a couple of days ago. When Jonathan, the JWT head office accountant, for my prospect who don't know, call you, you know you're in trouble. And here it is. Maria, your JWT card is full. We can't load more of your weekly residual income in your account. Can you please unload the account? $5,000 is pending. And then laugh. So people are coming. I had pretty much 10 comments I had on this, and a bunch of them are completely prospect, non-GWT members. And I actually had a few people actually make private messages. They just were too scared to make a comment there, but they were intrigued. And they may send me a message, and they're like, that's amazing, the life you're living. I mean, honestly, the life we're living in GWT, for many of us, it doesn't happen out there. We are living in a different world, like going to the bank every day and cash $1,000. Our biggest problem is why the bank machine doesn't give us more than $1,000, because our income is loading and sitting there and we have to receive calls. Like, it's crazy. Like, look at Renee's one day. Like, how many cycles is that? I think it's like, he did like, I don't even know, 40, 50. He made 100K last month. I mean, this lifestyle that we're living in GWT is it's not happening out there. I don't think if anybody out there has this kind of lifestyle. So we need to share that with people, and it's really hard to put it in words. It's really hard. So sometimes, and that's why I get creative and I start putting it. I'm like, I need to find a way to share my lifestyle, like things that we have in GWT that is not, it doesn't exist out of GWT. Like the life in GWT is completely a different world. It's not the real world. Like, it's not the world that people are living out there, dealing with their finances and problems. In GWT, we have different kind of problems. We have, problems that we have to go to bank every day. Problems like we have too much money. How are we going to cash it? Where do you spend it? Traveling, fun, stuff like, it's great. So we have to post it on Facebook. And if you have that kind of, I mean, if you're new in the business, hey, $500 product you got for $4.99 starting a business, and free business, $500 push product, that's amazing. Who does that? Who gave you that? If you started with Diamond Package, $10,000 shopping spree for $3,000 investment, who does that? It's amazing. It's only in GWT. So share that with the world. Share your excitement. Put your heart into it. Be creative. And then you can see how people start seeing the life when you're creative, when you see how amazing it is, and then you share it with people, people start seeing how amazing it is, and they get interested. Here's some inspiration quotes. Make failure your teacher, not your undertaker. Your life is your message to the world. Make sure it is inspiring. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So post stuff like that. It makes it different when your people are watching you and get inspired by your posts. I do post sometimes fun, kind of funny, what do you call, sarcastic posts sometimes for some of our non-believer, I would say. Something like that face you make when someone tells you network marketing is a pyramid scheme. And I know this post particularly got me a lot of people made comments, and I had a couple of people actually made official comments on it, and some people sent me private messages. I see, you see here I posted a snapshot. It's actually 9 comments I get on that one. It's not about having time. It's about making time for those LCs who keep saying, I don't have time. And formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. How much I love that post. Here's about product. People say don't post stuff about your product. Yes, that is true. You shouldn't be posting stuff about your product if you're in a lose weight company that you have to post before and after, and people like me get irritated about those pictures. You shouldn't be posting, you can't be posting about your $2 juice, but it's different when you're in a high-end designer business where everything is visual and people are posting designer pieces like Gucci, Chanel, Louis Vuitton all the time on their Facebook. So our stuff is different. Our company is one company that about the product line itself is we are completely, we don't fall into don't post about your product on Facebook. You actually should be posting, but it's how you post it. If you make it personal and you make it interesting, you're going to get a lot. But if you keep posting the pictures of 10 handbags from your website and then put with the prices, people are not going to be interested. Don't do that. But if you post pictures like this, wearing a watch, wearing a ring, classy, like stuff like classy stuff, like here's like the whole GWT team wearing the product and then they put their hands together. You see my picture just showing off my earring and my GWT product. And you see, here's the poster that Sebastian created. I love this poster. Great job, Sebastian. Holding the watches. Actually, that's Marshall's pictures besides Mercedes-Benz and our CEO. And it says, how did a man make $1 million? How did a man make millions of dollars by wearing his designer brand? And that's a great question to ask on your Facebook. So make it interesting. Be creative with the product, and you're going to get a lot of people's attention. Now, so I know this is going too long. Somebody said we should do it part 1, part 2. But I'm going to try to go as much as I can tonight because I don't want to leave you until next week. So you can actually start go ahead and take action on this. Now, once people are in your list, how to interact with them. So respond to people's comments and tag their names so they know you notice them. Again, it's all about giving to them. It's all about them. So if you tag them, that just shows them that you care about them and you notice them. Ask people about your post. So how did you find my stuff? Thank you for liking my page or liking my stuff. How did you find it about me? What did you like the most? This is how you know what to do more on your Facebook. The more you ask people and they tell you, the more you know what you should be posting and what you shouldn't be. Make your private messages personal, whether you're reaching out to them or you're responding to their post. Make it personal. Always say their name. Use their name. Rules of thumbs. If you can copy and paste a message to a bunch of people, it's not. Oh, did I lose someone? Can you hear me? Can somebody send a message if you can hear me? Because I just heard. Okay. So if just somebody send a message if you can still hear me. Okay. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So if you can copy and paste a message and send it to a bunch of people, it's not a good person. It's not a personal message. It's not personal enough. So it's a wrong message. Don't send it. Talk about the certain thing that is personal to them. People are getting jaded by all the spams they're getting out there. So if you get a link in your private message, if you're done. I mean, if you keep sending links to many people, you're done. Also, if you're sending messages like, hey, hi, what's up, then you're done. People are not going to pay attention to you, especially if they're strangers. If your messages, we both in the same profession, we should connect, you're done. People are not going to pay attention to you, especially if they're professional people. They get messages like that all the time. They're just, too much. It's repetitive. So stay away from sending link in your first interaction to people. Stay away from posting your opportunity link on your Facebook wall. Don't do it. Make a conversation. Ask a lot about them. Get to know them. And then I'm going to show you more a little bit in what stage you should be sending your link. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay. Check out for conversations before you send any messages. Take a note on this. Am I using their first name when you send a message to them? Have I looked at their profile? Have you you have an edge on social media that you don't have on face-to-face. So you get to see and discover about them a little bit before you get to know them, before you interact with them. So basically get to know them, find out what's going on with their lives, read their messages, go to their pictures. Just like, just like if somebody has kids, it's like, she has beautiful kids. Somebody play basketball, like, hey, you play basketball, and then talk about basketball with them because that's what they're interested about. Use that to your advantage if they're posting stuff. Use that to your advantage to make interaction. Do we have something in common? If you have something in common, perfect. Start with that. Talk about that first. Do they seem positive? And this is crazy. I see sometimes people show me their Facebook messages like, oh, I start to network with this person, and this is what they said. And I'm looking at the conversation. I'm like, are you crazy? Why are you even talking to this person? They're being a jerk with you. You don't have to work with everybody. If somebody is being too negative and giving you a hard time, I don't even continue the conversation. I just remove, unfriend, block. Done. There are 6 billion people, 7 billion people or 6 billion people on the planet right now, and they're all of them on Facebook. There's 2 billion of them on Facebook. There's so many people on Facebook. So don't waste your time with negative people while the positive, hungry, good people like Renee, like Sherry, like Lior, they are sitting on their Facebook, on their computer. They're searching for a good network marketing company. Spend your time finding them and talk to them. When somebody goes negative and somebody's become a sunblock, I'm like, hey, listen, I don't have time for this. You're wasting my time. Because there are people out there who are waiting for me to message them and talk to them and answer their questions and help them get it started. And then you're just wasting my time. You're talking negative. If it's not for you, thank you. Have a great day. Block. So don't try to chase and convince and drag people. They're just not interested. That also goes with your team members. If your team members are negative and they're if you have to convince them to join, then you have to convince them to build. And I learned that in a hard way in the past 5 years. I'm not going to convince someone to join. If they are not interested already, I'm like, hey, reach out to me when you're ready, when this is for you. And when a team member is in the team and they're not ready to build, you know what? I have team members who are ready right now. Like right now, they're taking thousands of action on a daily basis, and they need my coaching to help them to go to the next level. I'm not going to waste my time convincing you to build a business, and I'm not going to waste my time convincing you why you should have a business and join this company. So you have to find that on your own, okay? And then reach out to me when you're ready. So I gotta go. So if people being jerk with you and they're wasting your time, move on. Go find good people, okay? So are they seem positive? If they're creepy, if they're negative, if they're weird, man, move on, because they're gonna affect you. They're gonna affect your energy level. Do they have any major hobbies? Talk about that. If somebody like basketball, volleyball, they like soccer, talk about that. That's how you can still use that as an icebreaker. So talk about that. They get interested to answer to you because you talk about something they like. Are they someone I want to work with? Again, are they qualified? Do you like them? I love, people's energy and their mindset. So if they come to me somehow weird, I just don't talk to them. I'm like, I'm not interested. So I pass them to people. Even like I was having a prospect during the regional, when I was on a trip with the regional ambassadors. There was a prospect that was weird, sending me like so many messages, and I'm like, I'm not interested to work with you. Okay, and he was so like, I want to work, I want to join JWT. And I want you to answer my question. I want you to be on the Skype. Can you be on the Skype? I'm like, I don't want to work with you. I just didn't have this positive vibe. So I'm like, I connected him with some of the team members. Can you work with this person? And when you don't have that positive vibe, then don't like connect them with someone else in the team and let them work together. You don't have to push yourself to work with someone that you don't have any connection. You don't feel like it. So work with people that you do want to work, because this is going to take some time to build, and it does take one-on-one work. So if you're not comfortable working with someone, then don't sponsor them. Pass them to your team members, let them sponsor them. Did I keep my first message link free? As soon as people see a link, they don't want to talk to you anymore. They just get away. I just delete them right away. When somebody sends me a link, I don't even look at it. I'm like, done, click, delete. So, opening the conversation on Facebook. Take notes on this. Common leading questions. What is common leading questions? What do we call this we do call this something in form. It's basically part of form. So one of the leading questions that you can ask when you get to know them a little bit, what are you up to? I like your post. I like you're a basketball player, or then you can start asking these questions that it's going to help them to open up about the opportunities. So these are the leading questions that you can do the transition, the conversation from social, do the transition and turn it to business. We have tons of them, but here's a bunch of them. Here's some of them. What do you do? Or how long you've been doing that? You must be pretty happy, or they're paying you really well doing that, eh? So questions like that. Or have you ever considered doing anything else? No, why? So these are the leading questions that you go from socializing, like it sounds like you're socializing with them. You can make the transition and make it slowly to business conversation. What's stopping you from traveling? Do you have any kids? How old are they? So these are the conversations. These are more in the form conversation that the more you get to know them, then you can slowly make the transition to leading questions. So I think I'm going to skip the Instagram for today because I want to get to the closing questions and how to close. I don't think you can have a lot of time. We're already at 10:35. So I think we're going to do a second part on Instagram and Twitter. I'm just going to skip the Instagram. I know Instagram and Twitter were two parts that a lot of people were asking me, but I can do a second part on social media. Here's some short closing conversations that you could do. So when you do the closing conversation on Facebook, you want to get them on the phone for closing. So this is a relationship business. You can't completely close someone on Facebook. You still need to get on the phone and set the standards right for the business. So, and also the expectation, everything has to be right. So be okay with getting on the phone. If you don't know the answer to the questions, leverage the tools, leverage the upline. Get on the three-way chat with your upline and with your prospects. Your upline can answer. Be okay with not knowing the answers. When I don't know the answers, I honestly don't know the answer, and I tell them. But I have a friend who might know, let me do a three-way chat. So then I get my upline, 3 or 4 of them on a three-way chat. What I like about three-way chat versus three-way call, especially in Facebook, is because my upline might be busy in a meeting, but when I create a conference chat and I introduce my prospect and I introduce edify my upline, when he or she is finishing his meeting or when he's sleeping or whatever, when they wake up and log into their Facebook, they can actually see the conversation. And then on their own comfort zone and their own time, they can answer the prospect and they can add the prospect. And now the prospect can get to see my upline's lifestyle as well. So that creates trust. Okay, so they're part of the community now. So that's why I really like Facebook, even for three-way chats and three-way conference chats and conference calls. But we don't stop there. We actually take it to the next level, and we do conference calls and three-way calls as well to just set the expectations and the standards right for the business for the closing. So here's the transit from social media to business tour. So when I have the conversation, before I send them this is when I approach someone. When I build like and trust, then I get to know them more. And here's some of the questions I ask. Based on what you're sharing with me, so you might like what I have to share. You might like what I do. I think you may want to take a look at what I do. I don't know if the business is a fit for you, but I think you love the product. Okay? So this is a takeaway. So people feel comfortable. You give them space to choose. The second one is this may or might not be for you, but it doesn't hurt for you to check it out. So I'm part of a designer brand, blah, blah, blah. So you go ahead and use your script. Or I continue when I hear about the lifestyle, say, not sure if you'll be open at all, but I'm part of a high-end designer brand that helped me to create residual income or create financial freedom. Based on what you told me, it might be a good fit for you. Notice how I started a little bit, but take away. So never use you should take a look at. Never send a business link without asking for their permission. Get on the phone with them and give your phone number. This is when, especially when you're approaching your network on Facebook. So these are the actions and steps. So, all right, so social media is, as I said, it's hard work, it's practice. It's never going to get easier. You just have to get better. So I just want to leave you with that. Twitter marketing and Instagram marketing are two topics that I can cover in the part 2 of social media. And then also I can share with you some of the tips that I use in order to build the team and glue the team together on social media that help the team to always be up to date. So those are the stuff that we can share with you on part 2 of social media. I do want to open the lines and answer questions. I know a lot of questions are coming in. Social media is an important topic. People are dealing with it. People are having the social media. They have a lot of questions. They don't know how to build. So I'm going to answer some of your questions on the line, and then we're going to do part 2 social media probably in the next few weeks. I don't know exactly how is the schedule, but we're going to do a part 2 social media. I want to hear your feedback. If you have any question about social media, especially on Facebook. So tonight's social media gave you a little bit of what you need to start be doing. So what I want you to do is to start going, for those of you who are a fan of social media, go ahead and start using those tips and start producing some results, start play around with it. So on part 2, I want to hear some feedback. I want to actually hear how did the stuff that I teach you actually help you to generate leads, to create interest, to answer questions, to start sponsoring people. And I want you to start sharing that with me. And I want you to also bring some of the challenges you have on social media so I can answer those challenges and I can help you to basically use this platform to build and expand your business around the world, okay? So there are some questions coming in. Anna Mary says, how would you invite someone you don't know on social media and sell the business to them? How would you approach them? So Anna Mary, I think this is the question you sent at 6:37, so it was right at the beginning of the webinar. So what I'm going to do, so I think I answered those questions. Just send me a message if you got the answer, because I went through a lot of materials. If not, I can still clarify it, because you sent it at 6. It shows 6:37 for some reason. But yeah, you sent it at the beginning of. So Anime also said it said you have gone to 7 countries. Who paid for your travels? What about the different languages? Could you speak their languages? Great question. 7 countries in Europe that I went, that I traveled through the 2 months. No, I paid for my own. I earned income. I'm a business owner, so I paid for my own, all my expenses. It covered all my expenses because I make the income, and I had a team while I was there to support them, and they were expanding that, generate me income. And if you heard my testimony when I came back from my 2 months trip in Europe in 7 countries, I actually earned 20 grand. With 20,000 I was sitting in my back office, so that was enough to cover my for my trip. And did I speak the languages? No. The person who initially started the Europe market, which is Azenet from Spain, she speaks Spanish and English, and she built a team of people who speak both languages. So when I traveled there was already, I think, 50 people in the team in Spain, and then people from there introduced their family members and their friends in Germany and 7 other countries, and then all of them were speaking English who got started initially. Now we do have people who speak only German or only Spanish, but they already have uplines in their market who speak both languages, and these are ambassadors who are well trained and they learn everything in English, and then they translate it to their team members in German or Spanish or Switzerland, whatever language they're at, they or Dutch, whatever language they're speaking. So we connect to people who speak both languages first. Those people start building the market, and then they learn everything from GWT. They start creating some results, and then they start translating everything to their language. That's how it works. And no, you cover all your expenses. So that's why you shouldn't go on until the team is strong enough there. Georgia asked, I thought we should not be having a conversation about our business on our page on Facebook. I tend to answer questions through messaging, not on my page. Depends. I wouldn't send it. I would say I wouldn't keep sending my link, like my video tour link on my Facebook. I wouldn't do that. But I would create curiosity, and I would post teasers and stuff. So the whole point of going to GWT events and take lots of pictures with your team and show wear the product and take pictures to create teasers and create curiosity. And then people get curious to find out what you're doing based on your post and your picture. And then they send you a message and they want to find out more about your business. Then you talk to them about your business. But you shouldn't be sending even if I have people, prospects who basically make a comment on one of my posts, and they're like, can you tell me more about GWT? And it wasn't a private message. So I basically make a comment and I say, can you send me a private message? And then I send them a private message. I'm like, okay, so how are you doing? How long you've been how long you've been with friends, how long are you part of any network marketing company or doing any business? I noticed you made a question want to find out more about GWT. What had you asked that question? And then I let them talk. Or I would say, well, I like your picture. What did you like about the picture or the community? Or are you someone who likes to be part of a community? Or I like the product, or I like to make more money. So I ask a lot of questions and let them basically talk themselves into closing. And then I say, well, sounds to me that it might be a great opportunity for you. So here's the video, watch it, and I'm going to give you a call. What's the best number to reach you? And then I call them, answer the questions over the phone, and send them the link to get started. That's how it works. Eva Amen said, should privacy setting be all public for others to see me? Great questions. Yes. If you don't want people to find you, then you don't want people to join your business. Because prospects are random people. So your privacy has to be public. And if you're uncomfortable with your private page to be your private personal page to go on public, then you should create another page. I have a private page where I post, I'm in connection with my family members, and I post some of the family pictures and stuff. So you would never see me posting dinner with my family. I mean, sometimes I do, but that's personal. But even that one is really public. I just don't care. I mean, if I see somebody's creepy or unsafe, I just block them. And if I want to go as a worldwide leader, I need to be open. So if you want to do business worldwide with people, you need to be open in public. So if you're coming from scarcity, then that's going to be a problem. And I know I hear a lot of people tell me you shouldn't be, but whatever. I want to do business internationally, and I'm not scared of people getting to know me. Great sound, yes. So hear you loud and clear. Dorothy said, wow, the note about Renee and his life changes really struck home for me. I have been letting life get in my way. I'll do GWT when this is finished, and that's finished, and that's done. Then I'm going to do GWT. Wrong, just do it. Dorothy, thank you for this post. I actually had this conversation with our leadership council member group the other day on Facebook, actually, and I told them that they should share more of how, and during the time of their journey of building the business, so many times life got on the way, and they did not let that to slow them down. They started keep building, but that's the part we need to share more, because we all go through obstacles and difficulties, but we don't let that to take us out of the game. So thank you for that comment. Joseph Stroke, I hope this is recorded. Awesome, Maria. Thank you. It is recorded. I don't know when it's going to go up. Droti, fantastic webinar, so much information, so many ideas, so much new knowledge. Thank you so much. Elizabeth said, can you put up the slides again that listed what you do every day on Facebook? Yes, I'm going to bring that back. Teresa says, great training. Thanks for sharing, Maria. Nikechi, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. How can we get a copy of this presentation, please? I'm going to upload it on YouTube. Renee said, thank you, Maria, for this presentation. Really like the visual examples. Makes it easier to understand the techniques. Renee from Team Synergy in California. Thank you, Renee. Nadia said, is this session recorded? It is. Droti said, how do you get GWT pictures and put them on your Facebook page? I'm new on Facebook Learning. You need to take pictures with your phone a lot. That's why you should show up to company's event, take a picture with your phone, and then when you're posting on your wall, there's a part that you can upload from your phone or from your computer. But I can show you next time when we are in bootcamp or something. Just reach out to me and I answer you. I'll show you exactly how it works. Nadia said, I missed out on the start of this session. Don't worry, it's going to be recorded. Beverly said, do you use any other ways to find, oh, there's more coming. Okay, 1 second. Do you use any other ways to find people to add to your network, such as blogs? If so, have you had any luck using it? Beverly, I have, I think, 4,800 people on my Facebook, and I have probably another 500 people added me. I haven't get a chance to go find out who they are before I accept. I do check who they are. I don't randomly just accept people. I do check to make sure they're not creepy and unsafe. So I do check. I haven't, another 400 or 500 people, I haven't get a chance. You only have a limit of 5,000 people on your Facebook. So I am already maxed out. So when I make a max out of some groups. So no, I don't use any blogs. I don't have time. Georgia, thank you, Maria. This training was very informative and will definitely be using your tips because I have had interest and not sure how to follow through. Okay, now you know. Elizabeth, thank you and great training. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Maria. Great information. Beverly, thank you for the information. This was great. Vernisha, awesome training, Maria. Thank you so much. Looking forward to listening again. Thank you, Vernisha from St. Lucia, I think. Bob Shaw says, thank you so much. Sydney, that's not Sydney, that's Sidati. I can't read your last name, I can't pronounce it. Thank you, Maria, for this super webinar. Jeanette Wanwell, I can't pronounce your last name, sorry. Cool stuff, Maria. Thank you for sharing in-depth information that all the GWT family benefits from. I'm on Facebook DMO from now on. Yay, let's do it. Bev Elise says extraordinary presentation, no, excellent presentation, I'm sorry. I say everything extraordinary. Excellent presentation, thank you, Maria, I have learned a lot. Oh, I'm happy. Jason Jason Douglas said, thank you, Maria, you always add value to GWT family, great training, thank you. Juanita said, very helpful information. Irma Louise says, thank you, Maria, great training. Nikechi, I can't pronounce your name, great presentation, made many stupid mistakes. I've made many stupid mistakes already on social media. Don't worry, I made so much mistakes. That's how I know. So now I know it. Now you have something to actually follow, and I'm going to be uploading this. So I know it's getting late. It's almost 11 o'clock. I have a prospect that I think she was already on this webinar, but I have to call her. So thank you so much for your time, for your generosity, for your attention. Thank you for standing for your life. Go ahead, produce results. And send me a message on Facebook if you have questions, and I'm going to be doing the second part of the presentation for you. Kimberly said, amazing training, very in-depth, and you give us the knowledge how to build a business via social media. Can't wait for part 2. Thank you. There are more and more comments are coming in. But I'm gonna have to finish the webinar. Thank you for being on the webinar, and we're gonna talk very soon. All right, have a great evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Bye, everyone.